Hello, Surabhi Anand here. I hope you are having a great day. Today what I have for you is the Viltrox 16mm f1.8 and using this lens for astrophotography. Now in the very beginning I would like to say that I purchased this lens from my own money. This video is in no way sponsored or this lens was not given to me for free. I spent my own money and my own will. So let's continue. Now it won't be a detailed video, maybe some other time, but this is a very quick outcome video of using this lens in the field to show you how it performed in the astrophotography. I was out in deserts trying to get the best of the night sky, and it was the first time I even captured my panorama shot. So you can see this was my panorama shot which I captured for the first time. I'll show you properly, but I was so much enthusiastic that I just went ahead and edited on iPad. I could not even wait on editing them in desktop. So these all photos are edited on iPad, the M1 model, using Lightroom. So considering if I would be editing them on desktop, I could use a lot more features to denoise them. I could use a lot more curves, but these are just the quick results. And the one which you see right now, I used Photoshop to crop it and then merge it into two different frames. Now for past few years being an APS-C shooter, in the first place I have the 16mm f1.4 APS-C lens too, but unfortunately that did not got to see the light of the night stars. I just created that out of thin air right now. So there are a couple of categories of shots which I wanted to take with these lenses. Now these all were shot on the same day, so I had very limited time to capture nebula, at the same time capture some of the wide landscape astro shots. But at the end, when I was going back in less than 15 minutes or so, or maybe 20 minutes at max, I decided to capture some of that foreground with a lot of sand, a lot of background with a lot of stars, and in the middle there are camels, trees here and there, dark sky, lot of contrasting elements in the foreground and background. So overall I was feeling kind of anxiety at the same time. Now at the edges the images would be stretching out, which is kind of expected from ultra wide lenses. If you go even further down like 14mm, 12mm or 10mm, the edges which are very close to the edge of the lens would feel a bit stretched out. So if your subject is closer, I would feel that's something normal. Cropping a little bit might be okay if you want to get it out of it, but I believe for me this gives, along with the trees, a bit more dramatic characteristic to the image. Otherwise it would be just another image with everything perfect as it looks. In the middle you could see the part of Milky Way too. I was not even sure, because at this particular time of the year, it's kind of the darker side of the Milky Way is in the sky. The brighter side is in the morning. So I cannot capture the brighter side, but it's kind of difficult to see the faint lighter side of Milky Way, even though the whole star sets were very visible with, our naked eyes. At the end, when I got home and I realized that I can pull up the highlights and the shadows from that images, and watching that part of that strip of Milky Way, that excitement is still there, that pushes me to go out again in the very next season when the brighter core part, or maybe just another brighter strip of Milky Way is appearing there. Now what I missed this time was, I would love to try a bit more panorama shots. This time I was limited a bit with the experience, with the time, so this is what I could come up with. Overall, apart from having that brighter ring in one part of the frame, is the only thing which I could feel about this lens. Now using this lens on tracker, I believe would produce even better results, but remember that brighter ring, until a lens profile comes up, I believe that's a hassle, and there is no direct way to just go ahead and fix it apart from using brushing techniques and all. It could be that my copy has that particular thing, but I believe it is kind of a characteristic of this lens. Given a choice, would I purchase this lens again for this purpose? Well, at the price point they are coming, I would definitely go ahead and purchase that, because what alternative do we have? And this is amazing lens for daytime for sure. So it was a very quick video. Overall, I wanted to spread out this information. How is the performance of this particular Viltrox lens it has created kind of an avalanche in the market because there was nothing like this particular lens. So that was all for today. I wanted to have this video out as soon as possible so at least you guys can decide, or at least if I could help you to decide if you should go ahead with this lens or not. It's built like a tank. Very soon I'm going to make a couple of videos on this particular Viltrox 16mm lens, using it on the landscape, using it for sunburst, using it on architectural photography, on old heritage sites, for video, using it on APS-C versus, the full frame camera. So see you again, see you soon. I hope you have a great day and great year ahead. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you loved this video. Bye guys.